live on Facebook. Yep, looks like we're almost there. Great, I think. Awesome. I think that's on. Got it. Cool. Cool. So basically, for those people that couldn't join us through the link, they can see me through Facebook Live, and then hopefully that will be recorded. Awesome. Great. We are ready to rock and roll. Just make sure there's open room, everyone can walk in. Great, awesome. Oh, you guys were early, you really threw me off. Awesome, well, thank you everyone for coming in and joining me tonight. It'll be a very quick update. I won't go on forever. There are a few little bits and pieces that I just wanted to update everyone on. For those that don't know me, hopefully you all know me by now, but for those that don't know me, my name is Zebunisso Alimova. I'm a mortgage broker in Wellington with Mike Perry Mortgages. First of all, I really wanted to acknowledge the events that are currently taking place in Ukraine. Yeah, my heart really goes out to everyone out there, anyone that has families. I hope everyone's going to be safe. I have a lot of clients from Ukraine, a lot of clients from Russia, and I really hope all this nonsense will go away soon. I grew up during war times. This is not something I like to talk about, but I've seen war. I know what it's like, and it's not pretty. So yeah, so my heart really is going out at the moment to everyone there. Right. And then we've got protesters in Wellington. So hopefully that's going to go away soon as well. I mean, the protesting started well, but now that's been escalating. So there's been a lot of uncertainty out there. And with uncertainty, a lot of people get very displaced in terms of what do they want from life, where are their goals, where are they heading. And when it comes to economic sense of things, money is an important tool to get you where you want to be. Assets are important tools to get where you want to be long term. So it's always important to not lose your sense of vision and what do you want to do. So I guess tonight I just wanted to touch base on a few things that have been changing quite significantly. Yesterday, you all know OCR hike. Reserve Bank has increased the rate. That was expected, that was predicted, and they're predicting that it will go up to 3% by end of next year. So what does it mean? A lot of people said to me, oh, the rate's going to go up. What does it mean to me? Well, simple terms, what it means to you is basically your mortgage rates will go up. And we've seen the floating rates going up today from 2 major banks already. The other banks will just follow. Usually OCR and floating rates, they go side by side. Fixed rates, not as much sometimes, straight away. It's usually the floating rate that straight away goes up, but not the fixed rate. And if you have fixed rate mortgages, the solution here really is to see how long you fixed for, whether it's sensible to break now, refix for something longer. But then when you are refixing, you need to pay attention to your other goals. Are you looking to sell the house soon? Are you looking to move away soon? Are you looking to buy another house? Are you looking to have a baby? So there are so many different things to take into consideration when we're talking about refix rates. So don't just go crazy and fix for 5 years, because it may not suit you just because you're scared of what the rates are doing. So just, yeah, my advice would be go and get professional advice, either from mortgage brokers or from the bank. And a lot of media reports at the moment out there that the house prices will fall. And apparently there's been a bit of fall already seen in the last few months, that 2% fall, 3% fall. I don't know whether that will continue. And I'll tell you why. Economics is very simple. It's supply and demand. And if there is a great demand, which we know in New Zealand there is, because there's so many people that at the moment are still houseless, I should say homeless, not homeless, but houseless in terms of there's still a lot of people that may be living with their parents or 3 generations living together because the kids haven't been able to buy something yet and things like that. So in simple economic terms, supply and demand, if there is enough demand and not enough supply, the prices should still hold their value. And that's bringing me to the second point. The building industry is coming to a stall. We don't have materials to finish the builds that we've started. We don't have the materials to start the builds that were signed for. A lot of clients I have that signed building agreements, they're in the limbo. You know, houses not getting completed on time. The deadline dates are being pushed over 3 months, 6 months, and so on. And that's affecting the economy big time. So if there is not enough supply of housing, how are the existing houses going to drop in value? I don't understand this part. So when all the economists and when everyone's talking about the house price falling, I just don't know how much they will fall for and how fast. I know they're talking about the correction, so there will be a little bit of a correction. I know we've been paying crazy house prices in the past 2 years, but I just feel like we are not going to be dropping 20% as they're predicting, 15%, 20%. I just feel like it, yeah, in my opinion, might not happen. But again, I'm not an economist, so let's wait and see. The other thing, as I was writing my notes for this meeting, I thought of to say the consents. So it's not just the material, but the consents are taking really long time to come out of the council. And just reading some notes, and it says here that with the houses being half complete and with the jib material is not available, for instance, we might as well start making jib out of masks, because we've got so many masks out there floating in oceans now. We should really start a business. So whoever's thinking about a business idea, go start making masks, turn them into jib. Maybe you'll become a millionaire. Right. Now, third point that I wanted to discuss, the CCFA rules. So everyone is asking me at the moment about how the CCFA rules are going to affect them. Should they be applying for a mortgage? Should they not be applying for a mortgage? To be honest, I'm still able to get deals across the line. I feel like there is a lot of fear coming again from the media. Media is feeding people to, oh, you know, it's so scary to get mortgages and da. What's changed is we are now in the second month, and what I'm seeing is the banks are asking way more questions than they ever used to before. And some interesting information is being requested. Like I had clients that had to provide private school bills to show the bank how much are they paying private school. Before we could just say, okay, they're paying this much and the bank would just believe us. But now we actually have to show the physical bills. I had bank asking us for proof of various donations that the client is making. So this client was making payments to, let's say, World Vision and, you know, Child Fund and all sorts of different places. So the bank requested to see the proof of that. Because we've declared it on the application, the bank wanted to see the proof. So basically, whatever you declare, the bank needs to see the proof. So that's one of the changes I've been seeing. Before it would be like, oh yeah, cool, they've got it, that's fine. Now it's okay, we need to see the proof. So the other thing I've been seeing a lot is people giving some really funny advice on the internet, which is take cash out. That way the bank will never ask you what you're using your money for. Please don't do that. Please don't take the cash out. I'll tell you why. So the bank, when we go through our transactions and when we see how much you're spending for food, how much you're spending for entertainment, how much you're spending for gambling, lotto tickets, you know, that sort of stuff, that's fine. That's actually all fine things to do, as long as you can afford them. And when you take out, excuse the cat, when you take out cash withdrawals, the bank sees it as a very dodgy transaction, in simple words. They start questioning even more. What are they doing with that cash? how are you using that cash? If it's not traceable for the bank, it raises more questions. So please don't take cash out just to avoid this new responsible lending rules and going through this process. So yeah, that would be my piece of advice for tonight. Apart from starting a business turning masks into jib, is please don't take the cash out just for the sake of avoiding unnecessary explanations, because that will create more explanations to them. So yeah, we're still getting loans across the line. Sometimes there could be a variance, you wanted 950, but we're only getting 900. And that's actually been helpful to some of the buyers to either negotiate the price down, that's how the prices are falling, not by much, or forcing people to think outside the square. So are you able to work remotely? Now that with COVID, we've seen a lot of people can actually work remotely. They don't have to be in their office typing away, working 9 to 5. Are you able to work remotely? Are you able to change regions? Are you able to maybe, like if you're in Auckland, are you able to travel from Auckland down south and buy a house there? So just think about those sort of things in order to get ahead. That's for first home buyers. For investors, if you're looking to buy a second property, now could be a good time, because again, with the rate changes, a lot of buyers that bought investment properties a couple of years ago at a really good rates, now rethinking their strategy. Do they want to continue with that kind of property? Do they want to just flip it and make money and just move on into something else? So now could be a good time to maybe score some good deals. Again, it might not be a big thing, but it could be possible. If you guys got any questions, please do ask, and then I'll come to them. And then for the first home buyer specifically, there have been few announcements. So last month, when I was giving the presentation, I was saying we had no banks in New Zealand that were able to help buyers with less than 20% deposit. Everyone pretty much shut themselves, especially ANZ, one of the biggest banks we had. They never shut themselves before, but they have, just to be under that Reserve Bank criteria. So everyone shut themselves. Now ANZ has reopened its gates. However, it came as a bit of a joke, I feel like. The rules and conditions and terms and conditions that they've put out to people, you have to have at least $2,500 per month positive income left over after you've paid all your bills and your loans and everything else. So it's very high plank, high bar. So I guess they just want really, really good quality applications to come across first. And then maybe next month they will open the gates a bit further. Westpac announced today that they again open for business. However, with all those things, no one's doing really pre-approvals as such. Everyone wants a live deal. They want you to go out there, put an offer, and then once your offer has been accepted, then you can go ahead with the pre-approval. So it's a little bit of a chicken and an egg situation, because you don't know sometimes what your maximum is or what your minimum is. And that's where I guess people like me come handy, is you come to us, we do an assessment and we tell you, okay, your ballpark is between this and that. Make an offer, come back, we'll launch an application. So yeah, those are the 4 main points that I wanted to talk about today. Is in the financial industry, those are the main things that are happening. Is the OCR rates are going up, refix or not refix, buy brand new or not buy brand new, CCFA rules, and the first home buyers. So if there is something in particular you guys wanted to talk about, please let me know. But apart from that, I feel like this news today just completely threw me off the train, the thought train. And I really don't know now where the economy is heading, because if for some reason we enter the war, I don't know, hope not, but again, that will throw a whole new curveball. And now with COVID, the cases are going crazy. How is that going to affect the economy? We've already seen how that's been affecting retail with the tightening of, with the inflation going high, the incomes are not going as high. People are spending less on other things. So again, that's going to affect the economy a little bit. So yeah, there's a lot to think about. So I'm just going to stick to what I know. I'm just going to do what I do best, and that's try to help people across the line. So if you know anyone that's struggling to get across the line, give me a call. More than happy to chat through a situation and a scenario. And yeah, just wishing everyone to stay healthy and well. Cool. Over to you guys. Any questions? No? If there are no questions, I'll do a wrap up. You know how to find me. So please don't be shy. Drop me a line and I'll see you next month. Thank you and goodbye.